Welcome to episode 61 of Lost Signals. My name is Darrell.
I'm JD. How you doing, man?
Not bad. The run out at the end of the theme song kind of went long there.
Oh,
I may have
I'm not going to complain.
No. No, I may have to adjust that. But
Yeah.
I also want to re-record that.
You were talking about that, and including myself and Lee in it somehow, some way.
Yeah, I wrote that riff, oh God, probably a decade ago. I was in a band. Lee ended up joining that band. Lee is off on assignment today. By assignment, I mean Lee is at work today.
That's a proper assignment.
Yes, I'm supposed to be at work, but I feel like hell, so.
And I should be at work, but I took time off.
Well, there you go. Needed.
Yeah.
I was going someplace with this. Oh yeah, no, the theme music. See, that's how this episode's gonna be today. Is like my brain's not working 100%. So, no, originally, I wrote that it was gonna end up writing a song, like a full song with that with my last band, and then it kind of just got put on a shelf and didn't get used. We kind of like that recording you hear there at the beginning of the episode. Like we wrote that and we just recorded it off the floor at our jam spot. So some people on there that are playing that I don't really want them playing there anymore.
Well, yeah, that sounds like a fun project that we can get together on at some point in time in the future.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, could cost a few bucks, but whatever. We'll make it work. So
it's been a bit, and I say this because the last episode of Lost Signals was you on location at our wonderful sponsors' brewery house.
Yeah. So that was March 20th. So over a month ago now. Just and we're trying to do an episode in the meantime here. Shit happens and get busy. But no, I spent. Oh shit! I think I was there like 9 hours that day. Just showed up early, because like brewing a batch of beer, it's not like baking bread or something. Like there's a lot to do, but it's like short spurts of it. It's like, okay, you have to add all of this at one time and then you have to boil it. It's a whole process.
Yeah.
So I think I left there 6:00 or something. It was a long day, and I had a beer or two. Like, it didn't have a whole bunch, but no, thanks again to Tom for letting me come hang out there, and then a couple buddies too were there. Derek and Kyle with I can't remember what Kyle's company's name is, but he's doing he does like professional video shooting and editing and stuff, and he shot a bunch of stuff too that it looks really good. So if you get a chance, check out Homebound's Instagram page and check out some of the videos that are on there that Kyle did, and they're really good. And I was there for that. And we talked a lot about beer and music and musicians being elitists sometimes, because we can be, if that makes sense. But no, it was a fun day, and hopefully, to get out to see Tom again this weekend, maybe before I head out on my trip, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But normally when I shoot an episode, that's, on a day off. I'm not really on a day off. I'm on a sick day, but I'd be having a beer, but today, not so much.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a couple of things I want to bring up about that past episode of Lost Signals, episode 60.
Yep.
One, you took it upon yourself to apologize to me in advance for referring to me as your editor, which you shouldn't have to apologize for that. I am proud to be called the editor of our show. That is a badge I wear honorably. Right.
And I get it, but it's like I didn't want to not use you by name. It's like, oh, I'm going to send this to my editor, yes. like as like an employee or something. You're not an employee. You're just a minion. How about that?
A co-conspirator.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that. That sounds better than my explanation.
Yeah. But no, by all means, I've I've been called other titles in shows I've been directly involved with, and that's fine. Like I've
Yeah.
been called a producer or an operator or an editor, and I wear all those hats, and that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
You've
Secondly,
you've also been called worse things by better people.
exactly, more derogatory, loving terms. I know.
Yes, exactly.
Secondly, about that episode, like, yeah, going into the sweet science of brewing beer, like it is very much a hurry up and wait, but it's methodical because going through all the B-roll and the conversations you two were having and the process that he goes through, like it is very much like hurry up and wait.
There's a lot to it. I mean, like the stuff that like I'm homebrewed before, and and when hopefully this summer I'm gonna get back into it. But like there is a lot of like science and chemistry behind it. It's not just let's just throw a bunch of stuff into a vat and see what happens.
And it makes beer.
but I say that, but people do that too, though. Like it's all dependent on what your end game kind of is.
Yeah.
So, but no, like Tom walked me through a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna hopefully do another collaboration out there. And actually, we kind of are already. It's not officially announced yet, but my band Toxic, I had to think about that for a second because I'm in two, but we're supposed to be playing a pig roast at Homebound at the end of June, I think. June 22nd. I could be wrong. But I might get in trouble that day too, because I think that's my nephew's grad party, so I might have to go play a show and then go home. And
you hate it when you double book shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, family is more important, but like my nephew would understand. I would just go there early, play the show, and then come home.
Yeah.
But check that out. If I'll have a exact date and details up later.
Absolutely.
If it actually
happens. The third thing I want to bring up about that prior episode 60, where I did edit for it. Mm-hmm. When the fuck have we ever done commercials? You just out of nowhere, like, we'll cut to commercial. And I'm sitting here editing the footage going, we'll cut to what?
Okay.
Now I got to make up 2 commercials, let alone 1.
Okay. So maybe I'd had a few beer by then, and it's like, it was funny and it worked. So if you get a chance, you can put that exact same commercial in right here.
The Lost Signals podcast is brought to you by Homebound Brewery, a family-owned and operated brewery focused on bringing people together and creating quality small batch craft beer that's all your own. Serving a variety of beers on tap and in cans, along with guest seltzers, cider, and even some non-alcoholic options for kids. Cans available at over 40 retail liquor stores throughout the province of Saskatchewan. From our family's hands to yours, it's Homebound Brewing. Check them out online at homeboundbrewing.ca.
So if you want to edit that into here, you go ahead. Yeah.
I just did, so fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sitting here editing all this stuff, and I'm like, it's good stuff. Like, a lot of stuff to go over, and the B-roll and the questions and your conversation is great. And there's like, he's like, I just got to go check something. And you look at the camera and go, and we'll go to commercial. And then I'm sitting there going, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's made your work just a little bit harder. I've had people say that to me before. Like, when you're around, everything just gets a little bit harder.
Yeah. But it was actually like that was a pleasure to do because we've never done a commercial, so I produced 2 commercials on the fly, and
well, there you go.
Had fun with it. And I'm glad that we were able to do one for Homebound.
Yeah,
which was kind of fun.
And yeah, I did show that specifically to Tom, and I think he has said he's watched the full episode. He did say he was a little apprehensive about watching it, like the full episode, because he's scared of watching himself on TV or on the internet, whatever.
Yeah.
And I get that. I totally do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I specifically showed him the commercials. Like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like, it is. It really is. You did a hell of a job there. So.
It was for what honestly, for like what was available to me, like it was it was pretty simple to do because like their website has a lot of information about what they are about. So
Yeah.
he made it easy for me to do that.
Yeah, just pull right from that. Like if the info's there, you might as well use it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that and like again, that whole day was fun. And again, thanks to Tom, for allowing me to sit there and bombard him with dumb questions like all day. Like especially like the stuff that we didn't record or anything. Yeah, there were some dumb questions asked. But that's
nothing wrong. You don't know. You just got to ask. Right?
Well, exactly. Yeah. So yeah,
And of all the things I've ever done, like all the behind the scenes and behind the studio and all that stuff, never been to a brewery, let alone a microbrewery or on location brewery. Like seeing what happens there was interesting. It was informative, and it was just absolutely wild. And also like you guys going back and forth about like what type of brew specifically are you making right now? And like, oh, I might make this depending on what I add and blah blah. So it's interesting how that all comes together.
So fun story. Last time I was there, I tried the beer that we made, and it's pretty fucking good. Like it's really good.
Oh,
It was he ended up making a pineapple sour out of it, and man, it's like a perfect summer beer. So he said he hasn't had like he hadn't put it in cans yet when I was there last week. So hopefully when I'm there this weekend, I'm gonna stop in there maybe Friday and maybe get some cans. And because I still have stuff I have to send to you. Now that it's warm enough, I could probably send you some beer up.
It'll have to be after I get back from my vacation and you get back from your vacation.
Yes, good call.
Because you're going on a trip and I'm going on a fucking long overdue trip.
Yeah,
I'm finally going to Mexico.
It's about damn time, man. Like, like you're gonna have such a good time. I mean, you're not gonna have the same time as I would have on it because you guys went all inclusive. I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah. So like we talked about this before we came on here, and like it's let's be honest, it's the end of April. Those places aren't going to be that busy anymore.
I think that was the point.
Yeah. Like, so the resorts should be a little more dead, like you should have more space to yourself. And it's probably going to be fucking hot there.
Like I was looking at it. Actually, I can bring it up on my phone right now because I have it saved to my little phone weather network thing here.
Yeah.
Cabo San Lucas is currently sitting at 29 degrees fair with cloud. And it's going to be around that temperature for the foreseeable future. So I'm wearing sunscreen, light clothing.
Yeah. Lots of sunscreen, like more than you think.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to be fucking liberal with this stuff.
Are you
kidding me?
Like I fucked up when I went for Tyler's wedding the one day because I was in and out of the ocean a bunch of times and I didn't reapply enough, and then I ended up having sunstroke that night. So,
ooh,
yeah,
no, I know what that's like, and that's not fun.
It wasn't fun at all. Like everything hurt, just like my head hurt and my skin hurt. So it was not fun. But no, it's good that you're finally going, and you'll enjoy it. I mean, eat lots of food. I know you guys are gonna go do like gym stuff and whatever, but like that's.
Oh yeah. So for those unaware, like my girlfriend Alicia, she's a bodybuilder, and actually for the past 6 weeks, she's put me on a very specific routine and dietary plan, and this is to essentially just get in shape to go to Mexico, and it's been interesting because I haven't been losing weight, but I have been putting on more muscle, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like for the first time, it was about 2-3 weeks ago. I was doing a set, and I wasn't doing a personal best when it comes to pushing weight. But I finished that set, and my head went like, oh, okay, that's that caloric deficit she was talking about.
Yeah, it probably fucking screwed with your head quite a bit there.
Yeah,
nice.
But I mean, it's been interesting. It's been a wild challenge, and again, she's the bodybuilder. I'm just kind of new to this whole situation.
Yeah.
And so it's been interesting. But she's already like we're staying at this resort, and there's a steakhouse that's right over here, and Sammy Hagar's bar is just down the street, and
Oh yeah.
a Hotel California, and where they invented the tequila sunrise is like a half an hour drive away. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck me, okay, let me get the keys.
Yeah. So are you guys renting a vehicle or you just cab it down there? I would probably just cab it.
We haven't gotten that far yet. So I'm going with her family, and they've done this trip a couple of times already.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind driving. But then again,
yeah, like renting down there, like especially because if you only have it for the day, it's probably not worth it. You know. Plus, I mean, I seem to remember traffic down there being stupid. So, I go rent scooters maybe. That'd be fun.
that would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just jump on a Vespa and off we go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you'll definitely have a good time.
Yeah. The questions have been raised like, so what do you want to do? And Alicia's sister and mother and Alicia's stepfather of all like, oh, this would be cool. This would be cool. This would be cool. This would be cool. And they look at me and go, what do you want to do? And I look at them and go, Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't have a fucking clue, so.
Well, you should just tell them, like, I just want to drink tequila at 8:00 in the morning, like my friend Darrell would do. So.
Yeah. I want my eggs, Benny, tequila, coffee. Right there.
One of the first mornings when we were at Tyler's wedding, I walked down from the room. I was by myself because I knew there's people down at having breakfast already. I walked by, like we were in the private section. I walked by the bar and like, well, it's 5:00 somewhere. And I ordered, I think it was a double vodka soda and 2 shots of tequila first thing. Like I had just brushed my teeth, but it was,
Oh, yeah. This will get the toothpaste.
Oh yeah.
Flavor out.
Yeah. It's perfect.
I want to tell a quick story. It's not my story, but it's a story of a close friend of mine. Her name is Jen.
Yeah.
I've known her for going on 20 years. And she didn't she's in a happy place now, but she didn't exactly have the best luck when it came to dating guys.
Yeah.
She I'm telling the story because like she would make this annual trip down to Mexico. And she just met this gentleman. I can't remember his name. It's not important. But she's like, we're gonna go to Mexico. I'm like, okay, that's kind of quick. But all right, off you go, because again, she made this annual trip down to Mexico. So she was taking this new guy with her. So got down to Mexico, and to make a long story short, and Jen, if you're watching this, I'm doing my best, and correct me afterward if I do get anything wrong. But to make the long story short, the plan was fly from Prince George to Vancouver to Mexico, spend 5 days in Mexico, fly back to Vancouver, spend 2 days in Vancouver, then fly back to Prince George. That was the plan. The two of them flew down to Mexico, passed out due to jet lag, and then on day one, hit the beach, had some fun, no big deal. Day two, decided to check out one of the bars, and that's when he drank his face off. Nice. And turns out he was a belligerent drunk.
Oh, fun.
And didn't know his limit. She had to take him, hoist him, which apparently he was about twice her size, up to the hotel room where he projectile vomited in the bathroom.
Oh boy.
And then she went to help him clean off in the shower, where apparently he proceeded to try to challenge her to a fight.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
I shouldn't laugh either.
But it is.
I know the end. Yeah. I know the end story. So, he then proceeded to pass out in the bathtub, and according to her, all she did was just turn off the water and throw a towel on him. He passed out in the bathtub. She slept in the bed with her keys and her passport and her phone and her wallet close to her chest. Woke up the next morning. He was still passed out in the bathtub. She went down to the beach to read a book and suntan and just kind of enjoy herself. He showed up middle of the afternoon, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "Oh, good morning, puke face." He was the one who's projectile vomiting. That was day 3.
Wow. Wow.
She did her own thing for day 4, and then day 5, unfortunately, they had to share a flight together. When she got back to Vancouver, she said, and I quote, "I ran as fast as I could to the nearest rental car company and drove back home."
Oh man.
Left him in Vancouver.
Yeah, I don't blame her at all. Like, good for her
Yeah.
for getting out of that, because that sounds like a not fun situation. You know,
But when she came back, she's like, "JD, you gotta come over."
the entire time, like the couple times that I've gone on, like those booze, like not rage filled, but like booze filled like trips.
Yeah.
Like Vegas and Mexico and Jamaica, like I never puked once. Because I find I don't drink to get like absolutely annihilated. I just sip all day. Like you never get to that point where you're, super sloppy. And maybe Tyler would say a different story about this, but I don't think so. But like I try to not be like that, because I don't want to spend the whole next day hung the fuck over.
Yeah.
Hence the drinking at 9:00 in the morning. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could walk it off by then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of all the times in the very, like, it's only just a handful of times. I'm the same way. Like, I'll have a drink to just enjoy a drink. But I never drink to the point of getting inebriated. But
I'm different from that. Like I'm drinking to get drunk. It takes more of the day to do it.
Yeah. It was my birthday, 2016, and I know this date specifically for other reasons, but it was my birthday, 2016, where I got unintentionally hammered because I wasn't mixing the drinks.
Yeah.
My girlfriend at the time asked me, like, what's my favorite drink? And at the time, my favorite drink was a Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
And so she specifically ordered, it was White Owl vodka?
White Owl
Is it
whiskey.
rye? Whiskey. Okay, White Owl whiskey. That's right.
Yeah.
And she was making me drinks all night. And I don't know how much whiskey she was putting into this shit, but it was enough to get me off my ass drunk.
Nice.
And I threw up that night. And this was a Saturday. The next morning was a Sunday. And as you know, I've been working weekends for 8 fucking years. I went to work, hung the fuck over.
God, I don't do that anymore. I don't get drunk before I go to work, just because I hate it so much. I hate every part of it. I just hate my life doing it, so I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, but that was honestly, like, of all the times I can legitimately say I got drunk, that's the first time I threw up.
Oh yeah.
And it was projectile, but it was like, okay, bed.
Oh boy. So I don't know if I want to talk about this now, or do we talk about it later?
What?
Where we got voted. Do we want to talk about that at the end?
Oh, please. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is like a feather in the cap, my friend.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, maybe wait till the end. Yeah, fuck it, we'll talk about it now.
No, do it now.
So a couple weeks ago, random day. So I'm gonna look it up here actually. Got an email at lostsignals.ca, info at lostsignals.ca. You can email us there with any questions, comments, whatever. And apparently it's been getting used quite a bit lately. So I get an email, and it almost seemed like a spam. So like my email box for this, it's a lot of spam. It's like, oh, we can get your podcast to number 1 on the front page of Google. I'm like, can you though? Can you? Do it? And do I want that? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no, just get out of here. So most of the time I don't even reply. But so this one, it kind of caught my eye, and the title of it was like Lost Signals featured in FeedSpot Top 60 Saskatchewan podcast. I'm like,
Right.
like, okay, what the fuck is this? So I actually clicked on it, and it's a legit web page with this, and they have lists for all, like, there's, it's like there's 100,000 podcasts listed here. So like in Saskatchewan, we're in the top 60, and actually we're number 22 on there, ahead of like the Rider Nation podcast, which is
And you pointed out to me too. You're like, hey, check this out. So I went and looked at it, and like, absolutely, it's legit. Like, I can understand your concern, and yeah, it does come across as like, just feed me your credit card number and we can help you out get taller.
Yeah.
But I looked into the website where Lost Signals is listed, and then I looked into adjacent websites, like one in Alberta, one in Vancouver, one in Manitoba, and there are not the same hosting site, but there are those sites that actually do take the analytics from podcasts and joint between Spotify and YouTube, which is where we are hosted on both channels, and it takes that information and it just puts it all together. What's the end game of the website? I'm not sure, but I like, it is legitimate. Like, we're actually making traction, which is absolutely awesome for what we're just having fun doing. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you again. I mean, like for the traffic and the people that have followed us over the couple of years now. But no, it's good. Like, and I had a short conversation with this gentleman here, and said, we'll put a link to this on wherever we have this listed this time. Not this time, but every time. See, my brain's foggy today. Words are coming hard.
It's a Wednesday.
Exactly. But no, we'll have the link to this the Saskatchewan podcast list, and you can check it out there. It's kind of cool, like I guess like sometimes you do this and it's like it's like, what's like, are we getting any feedback? And this is legit feedback, in a sense. So that was cool, like, in like small things like that, like makes it a little not easier to do the show, like it's a reason to do it. I mean, I like doing it anyways, but it's so,
but it's proof positive. It is it is feedback, and negative feedback, positive feedback, criticism. It's something that us that are trying to build something or host something. It's something that we crave. And it gives us something to go off of. Like, we can talk to ourselves, and I absolutely love sitting down and chatting with you when we have a chance, and that's just including Lee. But like, to have that outside opinion or that outside confirmation of like, hey, I caught this and I blah blah blah, and whatever it is that you may be thinking that you want to share, like, it goes a long way, and it helps reaffirm the fact that yes, we're doing this for fun, but we're also reaching people, which is all we could ever want. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's we'll just keep going, I guess. Like, it's
I guess for now.
I'd still like to figure out a way to do this and not have to go to my real job.
In time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, I'm not even there, so like, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Let's talk about WrestleMania here for a minute. Kind of shift gears.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but I was pretty excited.
Yeah.
Like, I watched WrestleMania night 1 at home, just chilled out, and then watched with some buddies on Sunday, and you can definitely tell there's a shift away from what Vince McMahon did. Like, we talked about this after WrestleMania last year. Like, WrestleMania night 1 last year was fantastic. Like, and night 2 just sucked so bad.
Yes, it did.
It was terrible. Like, the low spot of WrestleMania 40, like, was leaps and bounds better than some of the best moments of WrestleMania 39 night 2.
Yeah.
So Cody Rhodes finished the story. It was amazing. Undertaker came out, beat the shit out of The Rock. Not really, but kind of did. Like, there was a lot of fan fair, you know, like they're
Yeah.
like and maybe call it pandering or call it whatever. But they did it right. You know, like they didn't leave the title on a cliffhanger, or like they had the right person win for once. And in the sense,
for once in a long time.
yeah, like, and don't get me wrong, like the way that they used like the bloodline and shit as these super heels, it's gonna be hard to create a heel like that again of that level.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they will, but like that, I've watched a bit of Raw and SmackDown since, and like it almost like there is something missing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
like,
a vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A talent vacuum would be a good way to look at it. Cause like not having, The Rock there or Roman Reigns, like, yeah, Cody Rhodes is doing what he can, but like not to have not somebody there and almost challenging him is like, what are they going to do here?
Yeah.
So
it's so I watched night 1 and night 2, and like deep down I knew that if The Rock, Roman Reigns, if the bloodline won on night 1, then Cody was going to win on night 2.
Yeah.
It just seemed like one of those like conquering the mountain type situations after you get knocked back type scenarios, right? And I will add the sidebar that the Undertaker felt as though that he finally got some closure, because the last time that he did anything significant was during the pandemic.
Well, his last match
is what
was,
he stated.
Yeah. Like the last match was his Boneyard match. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was like a closed set, like stage production type match, which was like
it was awesome.
He thought it was fun, but it was at the same time it wasn't what he was used to.
Yeah.
So it gave the Undertaker some closure. And like saying that, like it was the right time, and it also did signify a lot of things. And they were fucking hitting it home, like driving it home that this is the Paul Levesque era. This is professional wrestling. This is not Vince McMahon. He is no longer at the helm.
It's not sports entertainment. It is professional wrestling. Yes.
Exactly. And like, even although I can't remember if it was broadcasted or not, but Stephanie McMahon came out on night 2.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, I never thought I'd say this because I always thought she was such a bitch. But
see, she played that role well.
Yeah, she played that role well, but she came out on night 2 and it was just like, holy shit, like this is kind of a breath of fresh air. Like the right McMahon is stepping up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I'm glad Vince is gone. Like he had like the dumb ideas over the years, like doing that for, the 50 years that he was there, or 60 or however fucking long, like that. It was time, like for him to go away.
Yeah.
So
but like, again, like, okay, so now Roman Reigns is taking a step back. And actually, during a press conference, he did mention the fact that his cancer is in remission, but he is like forever until he is no longer breathing. He will be fighting this thing and he will be taking medication. So he is due for some time off. And the bloodline is making their own type of story with Solo and what's his name?
Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, like, that's great because like they're taking the spotlight off of a main star and helping or giving the opportunity to some lesser stars.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the same thing with Cody Rhodes, where it's like, okay, so this is the calm before the storm. Like it just like at the end of any sort of cinematic plot.
Yeah.
Where like things are peaceful, things are calm. There is no big bad on the horizon. No, correction. There is a vacuum which will be filled. You just don't know with what.
Yeah. Or when.
Exactly. So
yeah. It'll be interesting. Like I won't spend as much time watching it again until January. When WrestleMania season kicks off. And that's like I don't really watch a whole bunch of it during the summer. Like SummerSlam, if there's some big matches, yeah. But like I got my enjoyment out of WrestleMania 40. I had a buddy that went and he said it was nuts. I know, like I was expecting, like when the lights went out, I expected to hear glass shattering instead of the Undertaker's gong. Apparently, it was a money thing. That's why it was. Whatever. Undertaker was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was good. No complaints at all. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, and no complaints. You and I have not had a chance to sit down and do this yet, but I bought WWE 2K24.
Right.
And I can honestly say that this is the most complete wrestling game in a long ass time.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, we did. Yeah. We did play it the one night, didn't we?
We played 23. Oh. You and I, we tested 23 because I wanted to show you what couch co-op was. And so we have to, eventually you, me, and Lee will have to sit down and play 2K24, specifically the special guest referee match, because they brought that back.
Yeah. Those are.
But here's the thing. With special guest referee, now in when was the last time it was special guest referee? It was like SmackDown versus Raw, like that whole THQ series, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So they added something to special guest referee.
Oh.
If you are too biased, eventually you'll get kicked out as a referee and an NPC referee will take over. Yes.
So what?
But only if you're too biased.
Okay, so like, what if you beat the shit out of both people then?
I don't know. I haven't tested that yet.
Try it.
Like you will get penalized for a slow count. You will get penalized for a fast count.
Oh yeah.
You will get penalized for not recognizing a rope break. But at the same time, you will get awarded and given leeway for a correct count, for calling a correct call, right? So you have just like every wrestler has like a little health bar on the side.
Yeah.
A special guest referee has a approval bar up in the corner. And the better you do, like the more of a referee you are, the more it fills, which gives you that much more room to fuck around eventually.
Interesting.
And then this has happened before, where if you like completely drain that bar, you have about like a minute 30 before a replacement ref takes over. So you still have a minute 30 to just go absolutely ape shit.
So does the replacement ref come out and beat the shit out of you?
It just kicks you out.
Oh, because it'd be funnier if he came and beat the shit out of you. Just come and just get out of here.
Exactly. So and so saying that, the scenario has been brought to the attention of like you calling a match straight down the middle, and then once someone goes for the pin, you go just and it counts.
Nice. Yeah, well, we'll have to check that out. It'll have to be after my trip too. We didn't get to that. We just kind of glossed over it. So on Wednesday, we're recording this on a Thursday. Myself and my two oldest nephews are hopping in my truck and we're driving out to Oregon to go see my niece. And my mom and dad are going, and both of my sisters, like the whole family's pretty much going out there. So we're gonna be out there we're leaving the 1st, we'll get there the 2nd, we'll be there till the 5th, and then we're driving up to Vancouver for 4 or 5 days after that.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun trip. This is your second time in like a year and change where you've been to Oregon.
Yeah, like it'll be just under a year because I left on like the 10th last year and got back on the 15th. And we're leaving the 1st and then should be back around the 10th or so. But no, it should be good. The only thing I'm really and not even worried about is just like getting through Portland and Seattle. I don't like driving in Vancouver. It's not that it's whatever, but I understand it better. But like, I've never driven through Seattle before. I've been to Seattle, but never driven through. So it'll be fine. We're driving through on a Sunday too. Yeah. So it'll be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine. Lots of churchgoers.
Yeah. And I guess the only thing that, and it doesn't worry me either, it's like that the Canucks are in the playoffs right now.
Yes.
So Vancouver could be really busy. Could be.
You're going when?
I'll be in Vancouver on the 5th.
Okay, so
But
as it stands right now, the series between the Vancouver Canucks and the Nashville Predators is tied up at 1 apiece.
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, let's take a look at teams. Vancouver. If they move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll be playing in, I guess, let's see here. That's game 1, game 2, 3, 4, 5. Game 6 is in Nashville on Thursday, May the 2nd. And game 7 is in Vancouver on Saturday, May the 4th.
Yeah.
So you should be okay.
Yeah. Unless, I'm guessing that they're going to, if they go into the second round, then it could be busy too, but whatever. It don't matter. I'm not that worried.
Well, no, there's going to be a bumper between first round and second round.
Yeah. Well, we were kind of thinking maybe we could get tickets to like a playoff game, but I don't want to spend, like $700 on a fucking ticket for a nosebleed seat. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Speaking of playoffs, our WHL teams, respectively, the Saskatoon Blades and the Prince George Cougars, it's looking more and more like it could be a one first place Eastern, first place Western showdown.
Yeah. I know what I can't remember what the where the Blades are sitting. I know that they oh yeah, they're, let's see.
What are you trying to figure out?
Oh yeah, no, we're I didn't even realize that the second round was over already. But yeah, no, Blades beat the shit out of the Red Deer. So.
Oh no, yeah, they're going into play against Red Deer. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Prince George is going to be going up against Portland.
Yeah.
In Oregon. So
yeah.
I would say if you're going to be busy because of hockey, it's because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. I don't know how big the WHL is in a city like Portland. Well,
I can tell you right now, because I've actually been talking with a couple of radio stations in Portland, Oregon, and the Game 3 and Game 4, which is going to be hosting the playoff games in Portland, have been sold out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
so
good.
So it's popular enough that it is like it's selling out games.
Yeah.
So
I wonder how big that stadium is there. How big is the stadium where you guys play?
With standing room only, the capacity is just over 6,000 people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And where the Blades play is like 14,000.
Ooh.
I think
way bigger.
Well, so like SaskTel Center, originally Sask Place, was built for originally an NHL team.
Right. Which one?
We were supposed to get the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, really?
In the 80s, yeah. There was actually a whole thing. Like there was ads. It's like we got the Blues or some shit. Like there was an ad campaign back in the day.
Well, you might get the Phoenix Coyotes.
No,
the Arizona Coyotes.
They're going to Utah. They're going to Salt Lake City.
Really? Is that official?
Yeah, it is. It was 88 or 89 it opened. Yeah, 88 it opened. Funny story actually. I just played there.
Interesting.
Yeah. My other band. Well, no, not my other band. My band I play with Lee. We played at a Rush game, like a lacrosse game. A couple weeks ago. I forgot about that.
Last we spoke, we were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking up right now that the news broke like not even 48 hours ago that the Arizona Coyotes are done.
Oh no, that broke like last week already.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and you work in the media, Jesus.
Vancouver Canucks. That's all I was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got asked to, I had seen an ad on the Saskatchewan Rush page. They were looking for bands to play. It's like in the lounge, like the original 16 lounge there. So I'm like, put it out to the bands. I'm like, hey, let's try and get this. So we did, and yeah, like it was fun. Like it was fun. I can say that I've played a concert or a show in the same place where a lot of like really famous people have played. You know, like not in the same capacity, like not on the field or anything, but you know, I can still say like it was pretty cool. So, but now the Rush are out of playoffs, which kind of sucks, but that's is what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The Utah hockey team.
That's fucking funny too. Yeah, the names that they've been coming up with are not great.
The first one I saw come up was Blizzard, the Utah Blizzard.
Yeah, it could work. Or the Salt Lake City Mormons. that would work. Or the Utah Polygamists.
Polygamists.
That's what I would go. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, they can't go with crackheads because there's already the Krakens. So.
Crackheads, yeah. 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 Let's talk about TV here for a little bit.
Sure.
We were just talking about this beforehand too, that you just finished the Fallout series on Amazon, and I also just finished it.
The most difficult part of watching that entire series with my girlfriend, who has never played Fallout.
Yeah.
The most difficult part was not going, that's a video game reference. That's a video game reference.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, like I haven't played a lot of Fallout. I tried giving, 3 and New Vegas a go. I played them a little bit. No, it's not really my thing. But after watching that, I texted a buddy. It's like there's two things. It's like, one, I want a nuclear holocaust like right away because I think it'd be funny, but not really. And I want to play Fallout 4. So it's like, maybe I'll just play Fallout 4. So I think after this, I might play it for a bit. So
I actually checked, and Fallout 4 is available as a part of Xbox Game Pass.
I have it installed already because
there you go. There you go.
Yeah. It's the show was great, and it does take place in the same universe as the games.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be like 7 years after Fallout 4, apparently. That's
honestly, it doesn't really matter because like timeline wise, I didn't see any sort of parallels, but at the same time, like the entire universe and premise and story, overarching story of Fallout was just these people are stuck in these vaults, these absolute time capsules, and they make their way to the surface at sporadic times. So it could be 7 years before Fallout 4, 7 years after Fallout 4. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's very apparent that this is the same universe.
Yeah. Yeah. And they did it really well.
So good.
Like the acting alone, like the like Lucy that came up from Vault 33, like how innocent she would have been brought up, and then like when she got to surface, like how, and not saying that she got corrupted, but how quick she turned to to defend herself. I mean, I'm trying not to give any spoilers here, but like it was really well done.
Yeah.
Did you catch the little nod to what's going to happen in season 2 at the end? It's not even a spoiler, because like if you watched or if you played any of the Fallout games and you saw what I saw at the end, what kind of beast is coming in season 2.
Okay, so I played Fallout 4. I did not play Fallout 3 or New Vegas or 76. And I watched, like I said, I watched the entire series. And in fact, I finished episode 8 today, earlier today.
Yeah.
And I saw what was on the horizon, like the literal horizon. And I went, I'm missing something.
Well,
yeah.
well, there's two things. And okay, spoilers ahead if you want to skip ahead here, because they're
Like, give us 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first thing is like he's walking up to New Vegas.
Oh, that's what that is.
That was
that's
New
why I didn't
Vegas.
recognize
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Like you can tell by the stratosphere. Well, it's Vegas, and there was a skull on the ground that they walked past, and it was a Deathclaw skull.
Yeah, I saw the Deathclaw
So
skull.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I was like referencing, is that there should be like there was that groper animal to begin with, like that had the fingers in its mouth, which is super gross.
yeah.
That was super creepy, but like it's no Deathclaw, like
No,
so
it's not. And they made reference to, like, in that big board meeting, they made reference to super mutants. And in fact, there was a hint of actual super mutant in an earlier episode.
Yeah.
And I saw that.
Yeah.
And again, that was like the most difficult thing, to not look at Alicia and go, that's a video game reference.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it though. Like they did it really well, and like that the fact that like Bethesda was like 100% right there, a part of it, making sure that the lore was done correctly is the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
So.
At the same time, they like it was done correctly, and they also added like just just enough humanity of all these people out in the wasteland, just bewildered at what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Like Night Titus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
The actual Night Titus, not Maximus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently there was some controversy about that, because John Rappaport was pretty vocal about his support of old Trumpy there. So I know there's a lot of people saying that they weren't very happy that he was in the show, but whatever. I don't give a shit about that anymore.
I honestly didn't even recognize it was him. So
I did right away, but like, but whatever. Who cares?
So he was Night Titus, and so if he's because Rappaport has been a professional shit disturber for quite some time.
Yeah.
Saying that if he was Night Titus and the way he went out, like, I don't know, I couldn't think of a better way for someone like that to die in a TV series.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, the Fallout series was incredible, and there was plenty of moments where like it was the light bulb of like, oh shit, they tied that all together.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I went online and I wanted to see if there was any videos that had updated, but like I watched like an hour. I've been sick, okay, so I'm just laying on the couch, but I watched an hour and a half long video about all of the fucking vaults in the Fallout universe. Why? I don't know. It's interesting, but like how screwed up it kind of is, actually, that whole universe. But
and they addressed that in the final episode as well.
Yeah.
And oh man, again, like, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but when what's his face there, Coop, turned around and went, "Okay, sure, Betty," like my eyes went wide, like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was the perfect like set him up, knock him down moment right there. So,
yeah.
I don't know why they released it in binge format. Why it wasn't weekly episodic, I don't know, but holy shit.
See, I don't know. Like I prefer binge watching it because then I like having to wait like last season with Star Trek Picard, I was getting mad. I was like,
I want more now.
Yeah, it's like, just fucking finish the story. Just like Cody wrote, just finish the fucking story, and be done with it. Let me watch it on my own time. I don't want to sit and watch, like watch it like once a week, like how people used to. I'm not into that anymore.
We live in now times.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then new Deadpool trailer dropped yesterday?
Oh.
Now?
Yeah.
The amount of okay, actually before that, there was a bunch of people that were in Fallout that were in Deadpool. One for sure.
Oh yeah.
Blind.
Uggums.
Well, in
Blind Al.
Blind Al. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's somebody else too. But I recognize a lot of like some of those actors from other places too.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
Did you catch okay, so Lucy's real name. Parnell. Her last name is Parnell.
Yeah.
Did you catch that it was her father as the overseer in Vault 4?
I don't think there's a relation there.
No, there is. That his name is Parnell.
Yeah, that's Chris Parnell. But like,
I'm gonna look it up now
because she's British, and he's like from the States. Is it Ella Parnell?
I think it's Ella Parnell. Yes. Now, maybe it was just like brilliant casting. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's spelled different. Hers is Purnell and his is Parnell. Yeah.
Well, okay, okay, so my mistake. Like I honestly thought, like that's her father.
Yeah, it's close, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, the Deadpool trailer though. I'm surprised about how many times they said fuck in that trailer. Like it must have been like 20, 30 times.
Yeah.
Like, which is really surprising because it's Disney now.
Yeah, but I mean, they did promise like because Disney owns it doesn't mean it's going to change.
Yeah. Well, you can't, right? Like, and like the amount of references to cocaine was like.
Do you want to build a snowman? Yes, but I can't.
Yeah. It's like just like they went on with that for like a minute. Well, maybe not a minute, but like it was pretty fucking good. So,
it's funny you bring that up, and I can actually I can draw a comparison as to Hollywood learning a lesson, and that was like Deadpool has been that way from the get-go. Yeah. Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, and now Deadpool and Wolverine. Whereas you look at something else that was at one point in time very dark and gritty, and then it went lighter and non-violent, and it started to flop, and there was no coming back from that. And it was actually the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie series.
Yeah.
The first one was dark. It was gritty. It was violent.
Kids smoking in that movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the second one, the Turtles weren't even allowed to use their own weapons.
Yeah. It's where it fell. Like I remember hearing about like the original like graphic arts, their graphic novels, like in the 80s, like what it should have been.
Yeah.
And like the Turtles, like the Ninja Turtles were way, way darker and way more violent. Like compared to the fucking whitewashed fucking garbage that we got.
Yeah, but still, like that I think that right there, it's probably not a direct correlation, but that is evidence there of, Hollywood potentially like, okay, so it worked, let's not change it because we tried that before and it fucking failed.
Yeah. But, like with somebody like Ryan Reynolds he's not at the helm, but he's definitely some sort of, well, he's got to be like an executive producer of it. There has to be, like, he has to have some say. Like, no, this is like, that's not what he would do in this situation, right? Like, he's not, or if he would, he'd make a joke about it and then shoot a puppy in the head or something, right? Like, that's
something ridiculous.
Yeah. Or like he'd kick an old lady in the shin really hard. I don't know. Like that's like Blind Al. Like here you go. Fuck. Yeah. No, it was good. I liked the trailer. I'm anxiously waiting for it to drop. I think I'll go see that in the theater, and that'll be the first movie I've seen in the theater since Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
Yep.
Oh, I mean that's a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There hasn't been anything really good that came out recently that I wanted to see.
What was the last movie I saw in the theater? Can't even remember. Oh, Barbie, the Barbie movie.
That's, okay, that's not really my thing, but yeah.
Yeah,
I heard it was good, but
it was entertaining.
Yeah.
And it was way better than it should have been.
Yeah.
I'll just give it that. Speaking of which, I sat down and watched Interstellar for the first time
I haven't seen
like
it.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Wow, like that is an incredible movie. Like a flat out incredible movie. And like, yeah, it's a little long, but they have a lot of story to tell. And honestly, for a movie that is essentially about time,
Yeah.
they use time well within that movie.
That's with Matthew McConaughey, right?
Yeah, but kind of gay. Yes, it's with him.
Sorry, my head is still kind of fuzzy, so
That's fine.
it is.
That's the first I've heard that one.
And it's not even that funny. Shouldn't even say stuff like that.
It caught me off guard.
It's funny.
You got me.
It's funny.
Yeah. Interstellar. I would suggest you watch it. It is a good movie.
I will check that out. I might do that tonight.
Yeah.
Because I really have nothing else going on. So, let's start wrapping up here. You have a trip to go on tomorrow, and I have a couch that is calling my name to go lay on it because I'm tired. So I'm sick.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and the only normally I wouldn't have even done an episode when I'm sick, but we haven't done one for a while, and he's gone for a while, and I'm gone for a while, so it just made sense to do it today. So if any of my supervisors at work watching this, I am still definitely sick, and I'm going to lay on my couch after this. Yeah,
He is retiring to the comfy couch after this.
What are you listening to this week?
Well, let's let people know what we're referring to. There is a playlist on Spotify called Found Signals, and you can add it to your favorites or playlist or anything like that. And what it is a list that is forever growing of songs that we just add periodically per episode, and even ask our guests or even you, our listeners or viewers, to add to it. And you can do so by emailing us your suggestions on our website, lostsignals.ca.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So check out Found Signals, a Lost Signals podcast. It is currently sitting at 11 hours and 50 minutes long.
Yep. With 173 songs on there.
Mm-hmm.
What's your first one this week?
First one is actually a song that, like, it, for whatever reason, a synapse fired. And it's like, oh, remember this song? Like, holy shit. And it's a political song. It's a very specific political song. It was a song from the youth of the time, sending a message to the government that they are going to take notice as to the rules that were being implemented about voters' rights. And it's Silverchair, Anthem for the Year 2000.
That's such a good album. Frog Stomp?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's... that came out in, I think, like 95, 96 through there. But, like,
yeah.
I remember, like, because they were all, like, kids my age. You're, like, 15, 16, 17 years old from Australia. And, like, that whole album was just intense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My first one is, I'm going old on this one, man. Like, really old. Like, I've been listening to a lot of that yacht rock radio on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Like the 70s and 80s fucking crap rock. Not even crap rock. It's like Kenny Loggins and shit like that. I'm going to put How Long by a band called Ace. When you hear it, you'll know exactly what it is. But it's like it's so what's the right way to put it? It's very 1970s. Like very 1970s, but it's awesome. It's a great track. So I'm gonna add that to.
Oh,
where is it? There it is. Okay, what's your second one?
Do you want something else that's 1970s, or do you want
sure, whatever?
Do you want a good classic throwback? Is
sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. We were wrong with the album. For
Neon Balloon,
Neon Ballroom. Yep.
Ballroom. Sorry,
yep.
yes.
Yeah. And sorry, what was your second one?
Inspired by your desire to either play Fallout 4 or have the big one annihilate humanity, you dropped a bomb on me, the Gap Band.
I know that song.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
I think that should be the title of this episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, I think they play that on that fucking Yacht Rock radio too every once in a while. Maybe not.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh man. The song I was gonna add, I fucking forgot that I added last time. It was last one. It was Neurogenesis by Intervals, the new Intervals track. But luckily, there's another new Intervals track that I can add. It's called New Tropic. Not N-E-W Tropic. It's like N-O-O Tropic. It's like, remember like when Joe Rogan was advertising the Alpha Brain shit back in the day? Like that kind of new Tropic.
I think he still does.
Oh yeah, for sure he does. I took that for a while and it's like, it didn't. It didn't.
Yeah, of course it's not going to do anything.
Nothing.
It makes your pee turn color. That's all it does.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But, that's did I add yours? Jesus Christ, my brain's on. Yes, I did add both yours. Yeah. So follow us on Instagram. We're lost_signals_podcast on Instagram. You can email us at info@lostsignals.ca. You can check out lostsignals.ca. You can get links to all of this stuff right there. That is your best bet. You can email us. You can get the link to the proper link to the playlist. You can get the proper link to whatever streaming service you use. Just go check it out. And if you made it this far, like and follow the page on YouTube and on Spotify and on Facebook and on Instagram. Just do all of those things. We aren't one of those pages that spams you with shit 76 times a day, because mainly I don't have the time or care that much to do it that much.
On top of that, we're also the same people who see that shit from other people and go, fuck off.
Yeah. No, like the only shit I post is like, if we're doing a new episode, you're like, hey, here's the new episode, check it out. Or, if there's something that's pertaining to what we talk about, but like to put random memes up every day. No, because it's annoying.
It is.
Like we're just here to just get some stuff out, just don't quit spamming people with your fucking Instagram links too. God,
the couch is calling.
Exactly. I'm starting to get grouchy. All right. This has been episode 61 of Lost Signals. And what do we call it? You dropped a bomb on me. That's the title of this episode. So.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. My name's Darrell.
I'm JD.
We will see you guys out there after both of our trips, apparently. So.
And well rested.
Yeah. Well, probably not well rested.
Tanned and fucking hungover.
Yeah, exactly. All right. See you guys out there.
Bye-bye.